Hi guys, Andy here, and welcome to Deathversary. It's a very short visual novel. I decided I'll probably play a few horror-themed games throughout October, and I'll continue on into November because I really don't know what else to do. But yeah, let's get started, shall we? Also, I hope you've been enjoying the Yu-Gi-Oh videos. I've had so much fun recording them. Granted, I know the Duel Links aren't commentated, but I've had so much fun playing, and it's been great getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh! So you'll probably see me playing against Sahel and John more, hopefully. Because I'm an asshole and sometimes I make promises I don't keep. Yeah, let's get into this, shall we? Waking up is always easier than going to sleep. It's funny how my bed's always so uncomfortable when I'm trying to go to sleep, but as soon as I wake up, it's the most comfortable thing in the world. Oh well. I get up and grab my binder off of a nearby chair, pulling it over my chest. Going through the motions I go through every morning, I walk to my closet, grasping the knob in my hand and pulling the small door open. I wonder what I should wear today. Picking out clothes is always a struggle for me, which is why I don't have very many clothes to begin with. I eventually decide on a polo shirt. I pull the shirt on over my shoulders and look at it in the mirror. I think Al said he likes the shirt on me, so we'll go with that. It's a striped polo that my dad bought me last Christmas. He's about as fashion forward as I am, I suppose. But now the shirt reminds me of Al, and looking back at my reflection, I can almost see his arms draped around me. Shaking off my reddening face, I finish getting dressed, pulling on one of my signature baseball caps to tie the look together. You see him every day, you idiot. It's not like today's that different. I head into the kitchen, and he's already waiting for me. Good morning, sweetheart. Morning. His bright pale face practically illuminates when I come in the room. He hovers over to join me. I can feel how cool he is, but I'm so used to it that it almost feels like warmth by now. I go to the cabinet, pull out a bowl and spoon and a box of blueberry cereal, and then to the fridge to grab a gallon of milk. Sitting down with all the ingredients, I make myself a bowl of cereal. Cereal is horribly unhealthy. I wish I could cook for you. That's the first complaint of the day. The first of several, I'm sure. For a guy that's been dead for a while, you'd think he'd be used to not being able to pick up and use things. Yet he still complains about it. Not that I can't blame him. I'd imagine it gets pretty boring when you can't pick anything up with your intangible hands. You say that every morning. It's fine. Seriously. I could kick if I wanted to, but most days it's too much effort. And give me 1 second to lower down the music. There we go. Is that supposed to make me feel better? We didn't have anything like cereal back in my day. I don't trust it. I look up from my bowl, mouthful of artificially flavored flakes. You died in 1987, not 1887. I know when cereal was invented. Can't blame a guy for trying. Speaking of which, you remember what day it is today, right? Of course I do. What kind of boyfriend do you think I am? Sorry, today's just a rough day for me, and Today's the 20th anniversary of the day he died, and it's pretty normal for him to kinda just shut down on his deathversary. I guess it's to be expected. I don't really know if I like being reminded that I'm dead either. But as his boyfriend, it's my job to make sure it goes as painlessly as possible. Hey, it's okay. We're gonna spend the whole day together and it'll be great. And you won't have to think about dying or being dead, okay? He nods quietly. Thank you. So did you plan something special for our date? Luckily, Elliot isn't hard to please, and he'll go along with pretty much anything I pick. Let's see. Play video games in the living room, read books in the attic. We'll go with books in the attic. We head up a set of rickety stairs to the attic. I'm not really allowed up here. Dad hasn't finished cleaning it out, even though we've lived here for a little over a year. But once I discovered it, I couldn't stop coming up here. After all, this is where I met Elliot. I remember that. Back then, he was too scared to leave, so whenever Dad wasn't home, I'd come up here and talk to him. Took me a long time to get him to trust me, much less tell me anything about himself. What are you waiting for? I really need to know how that whole oatmeal debacle goes down. I grab the book we're on, Animorphs number 17, and flip open to the earmark I folded in last time. Probably not well. I still can't believe the Yeerks have a weakness to oatmeal. It's just too bizarre, even for this series. But only the instant maple and ginger oatmeal kind. The others don't work. How did the author come up with that anyway? Maybe she just really likes this particular kind of oatmeal. I shrug. It's as good of an explanation as any, I suppose. I find a semi-comfortable place to sit on a cushion, leaning against some debris. Elliot sits near me. Well, he doesn't really sit. He more like lowers his form so that he's like he's sitting. Not having legs is complicated. I flip the book open and we start from where we left off. I read out loud, which takes longer, but it's easier since Elliot doesn't read fast. And apparently he likes hearing my voice. I know, it's pretty gay. Since we got all day, we managed to finish the book off as the sun sets in the tiny window behind us. Great timing, since the attic doesn't have the best lighting. It's really too bad their plan didn't work out. Not surprising. There's 54 books in total, and that's not including all the spin-offs. What? Why did she write so many? Did she really write all of them? That was 2 questions out. She wrote them because they sold, I'm guessing, and no, some of them were ghostwritten by other people. Elliot, looking slightly confused, pointed at himself. No, not written by a ghost. It means that she paid someone else to write it for her. Wow, I had no idea. I guess a writer like yourself would know everything about that. I don't know if my poems really count as being a writer. Of course they do. Even if you've never let me read one, I'm sure they're great. He's so confident that everything I touch is perfect. It's cute, but completely embarrassing. He's really a good person. It's getting darker. Not that I mind, but... I know. Let's move on to the next part of our date. What else did you have in mind for tonight? Let's head up to my bedroom. Okay. After you. Quietly, I walk back to my bedroom, Elliot close behind me. I close the door behind me and flop onto my bed. Al gently hovers down next to my bed, propping himself up with his elbows. We've tried laying together on the bed before, but he says it feels really weird whenever something is solid, like a human, passes through him. So we've defaulted to this. Part of me wishes we could hold each other, like other couples. But Elliot is one of the best things that's ever happened to me, and I would never trade that for a boyfriend with a corporeal form. How are you feeling? A little uneasy, I guess. I don't know a lot of details about his death. It's still a really difficult topic for him to talk about, but apparently it happened at night. That's enough to put us both on edge. I think I can hold your hand. Can I? Yeah. For some reason, Elliot gained some strength during the night. He thinks the stars feel it. I'm not really sure about that, to be honest, but it does let us have some physical contact once in a while. I reach out for his hand, and he grasps it in his own. I can feel how cool he is, but I'm so used to it that it almost feels like warmth by now. Elliot puts his head down on the covers and squeezes my hand tight. It's okay. It's almost over. Just like that, a ripple passes through him. He shudders, and then the moment is gone, just as soon as it came. And Elliot's back to his normal self. Thank you. Of course. In moments like these, when we're alone, I always think about what will happen if I have to move, or if Elliot accidentally shows himself to my dad, or if one of my friends find out. I know I'm young, and I know that Elliot will never grow up. I know we have no future together. But I guess that's why I have to treasure these moments together. Because no matter what, I'm so glad I met him. And that was Deathversary. There is not a different ending, just a different option with the video games, and I've seen that one before, and it's actually super cute. I won't be playing it for you, though. So you can go download this off of itch.io. The link is in the description. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye for now.